On page 640, we get to learn something new. We're going to use our built-in functions. So that's the things we've done before. Count, sum, average, max, min. Those are all built-in functions, and we can use them in the SQL view. So let's switch to SQL view. And then on page 640, we're going to use the function called count. So let's erase everything except for the word select. Now, count is a command, so we'll type in all caps count. Now, you ask, what are we going to count? We're just going to count the total number. So it doesn't matter, we don't have to put down a specific field or anything like that. So all we do is the parenthesis and the star, because we're not counting anything specific. We're just doing a straight count. How many are there? How many records are there? And then close that in the parenthesis. So first of all, we aren't going to select any specific field. We're just going to count the total number of records. Now, the table we're going to use is the customer table. So from customer. Now, instead of an order by, this time we're going to use our where command. So we are going to limit this somehow, which means that we will count something specific here. This is where we can limit it. We are going to count only book rep 42. Open bracket, book rep number, close bracket, equals quote 42, because it is a text field, not a number field. Make sure that you have your semicolon below that, then view. Notice that it has a really ugly, nonsensical heading. So for the next one, we will assign a name to that field. For now, let's save. Save object as, save as. And this is chapter 10, query 15. Okay. Now, we want to change this name. Click on View, switch to SQL. In order to change it, we have to use the As command, just like we did before. In your select count, asterisk, we will do space, all caps, as, and then we will give it a name. So we will name this field customer count. That way, if somebody reads this, then they'll know what you're talking about. Everything else stays the same. View the results, and notice now it says customer count. File, save as, save object as, save as, and this one is chapter 10, query 16. And say OK. And switch to SQL view. On page 642, we'll learn how to use different functions on the same command. Last time we used the count command, but now we want to also include our sum command. Now count counted only the fields or however many records are used in our where, so number 42. In this case, we also want to sum up his amount paid. If you look on page 642, number 1, the second bullet, we still have our select count with asterisk as customer count, our field name, do comma space. This time we will sum, all in caps because it is a command, space, bracket. Now, since we're summing, we want to do our parenthesis, and then bracket, since it's a field, amount paid. Close bracket, close parenthesis. Now, we want to name this also. We're going to give it a name that makes sense. So we will use the as command to give it a name. Open bracket, and the name will be sum paid. And whatever you type here is what the name of the column will be. Now it's from the customer table. We've told it to sum, so this will count the total fields, and that will be called customer count. It will then add the total amount paid and name that field sum paid. It's from the customer table and only for book rep number 42. Make sure that you still have your semicolon down at the bottom. View your results, sum paid, customer count, all is great. File, save as, save object as, save as, and this will be chapter 17. Chapter 10, query 17. Then switch to SQL view. Next we are going to group. We can group by customer number or group by book rep number. You can put all your information into a group. So if we add stuff together, we'll get the total for the group instead of for just the one person. In this case, we're going to group by our book rep number. So on your select line, get rid of everything except for select. And we will start with book rep number. So bracket, book rep number, close your bracket, comma, space. Now we're going to add up amount paid for each individual book rep number. Sum in all caps because it is a command. Then parenthesis and bracket. We are going to sum our amount paid. Close bracket, close parenthesis, sum amount paid. We are going to give it a name, all caps, as, open bracket, sum paid will be the name of this field. Comma, space. We are also going to sum the current due column. Your command for sum is capital SUM, sum, space. And since we're summing a column, we have to do our open parenthesis, open bracket, tell them what column we want to sum. In this case, it is current due. Close bracket, close parenthesis, and we are going to name this column as open bracket, sum due, close bracket. The first line then, select the first column is going to have book rep number. The second column is going to be the sum of our amount paid column, and it's going to be now named sum paid. The third column will be the sum of the current due column, and the name of that column will be sum due. Awesome. This is from our customer table, and we are going to group by. New command. Since it is a command, you type it in all caps, group by. Now we're going to group by book rep number. Bracket, book rep number, close bracket. Then since a group by doesn't automatically sort, we will do a sort which is different than a plain sort. We have to do order by, and once again we'll say book rep number. And close our bracket. Make sure that you have your semicolon to close it out. Then view your results, and we are in order. It is beautiful, and we will save that as Chapter 10, Query 18. Then go back to your SQL view, and we're going to learn how to restrict. So our limiter, where, will not work with a group by. In order to limit a group by, you have to use a new command called having. Therefore, if you click after book rep number and group by and hit enter, that will move order by down. In between the group by and the order by, we will type a new command called having. You type in having in all caps because it is a command. Now, we want to tell Access that we only want the book reps who have more than $90,000 in their current due. In order for Access to know how to do that, we have to tell it to sum the current due. So we will type sum in all caps. It is having sum. Having sum. So it's going to have the sum of, and open parenthesis, bracket, current due. Close bracket, close parenthesis, and I like my spacing because it's easier to find errors. We want the sum of current due to be greater than 90,000. So 9 and 4 zeros, because you can't use commas or dollar signs. So if our book rep has a sum in their current due that is more than 90,000, they will be included, and it will be in order by book rep number. Go to your view. Notice that we've lost book rep 65, right? And they are in order. Excellent. Go to File, Save As, Save Object As, Save As, and this is going to be Chapter 10, Query 19, and we are almost done. According to the book, it's a good time for a break. I'll see you back in a little bit.